When people think of Moses, they often think of a leader, a man who stood before Pharaoh, a prophet who spoke with God, a figure of authority and strength. But Moses' story does not begin with confidence. It begins with fear, hesitation, and a long season of waiting. Moses was born into danger, saved as an infant, raised in privilege, and then, after one act of anger, he fled. He spent years in the wilderness, not leading a nation, but tending sheep. The man who would one day confront Pharaoh lived quietly, far from power, convinced his past had disqualified him. When God finally called Moses, it was not in a palace but in the desert. And Moses did not respond with eagerness. He responded with excuses. He questioned his ability. He doubted his worth. He feared his own voice. Moses told God he was not the right person. This matters, because Moses was not refusing God out of rebellion. He was responding out of insecurity. God did not dismiss Moses' fear. But he also did not agree with Moses' assessment of himself. Instead, God revealed something essential. The calling was never about Moses' strength. It was about God's presence. Again and again, God assured Moses of one thing: I will be with you. That promise carried Moses forward, not because his fear disappeared, but because God's presence mattered more than his fear. Moses' journey was not instant transformation. He struggled, he doubted, he grew frustrated, he made mistakes along the way. And yet, God remained patient. Leadership did not make Moses fearless. It made him dependent. Over time, the man who once ran from responsibility became someone who interceded for others. The one who doubted his voice became a faithful messenger. The reluctant shepherd became a guide through the wilderness. Moses' life reminds us that calling often comes before confidence. God does not wait for us to feel ready. He meets us where we are and shapes us as we walk. Moses never stopped being human. He grew weary. He felt overwhelmed. He needed help. And God provided it through others, through rest, and through continued presence. Moses' story still matters because many people live where Moses lived. Afraid they are not enough, convinced their past defines them, certain they are too weak, too flawed, or too late. Moses' life tells us this: God does not call the qualified. He qualifies those he calls, and he does it patiently, over time. You may not feel ready. You may not feel capable. You may still be standing in the wilderness, but the same God who met Moses there still meets people today. Calling is not about confidence. It is about trust and walking forward one step at a time. This is Bright Path Studio, positive wisdom for life's journey.